Hello students, in this video we will discuss iterators and generators. So what are iterators? Iterators are objects that allows us to traverse through data sets. Using iterators we can traverse each element at a time in a sequence. Now what are the key properties of iterators? Next method. It is the most crucial method that allows us to return the next item in the sequence. And what does it return? It returns an object with two properties. The first one is value and the second one is done. Done is a boolean indicating whether we have traversed through the complete list or not. If we did not traverse through the complete list, it will return false, and if we have finished traversing the complete list, then we get true. So these are the two properties returned by the next method. Let's look at a code snippet that creates and uses an iterator. Here we have a very interesting example. So let's see how to create an iterator manually. In the first part, you may see an object that has an array. This array consists of a list of movie titles. And in the second part, you can see I have created another object iterator to which I have assigned movies. Okay, and if you observe carefully, we have symbol.iterator enclosed in close brackets. This is a method that is used to create an iterator. So it's very simple. Once the first iterator is called, that means the first time it tries to print the first element in the array, the iterator.next, the console prints the first title. Later it prints this next title. If you can see here, I have used .next method. Okay, but one thing here we need to keep in mind is, along with the value, it will return false, because at the first instance we have not finished traversing through the complete list. So when it prints the first item, it prints the movie title along with its boolean, which is false. Same way it continues till 6, and if you observe here, we have 6 items lined up in the array, but we do not have the 7th one. So until 6 we get all the movie titles and their boolean property, which is false, and at the 7th iteration we will get undefined followed by true, indicating the next method has finished traversing through the list. So this is the simple application of iterators. So you need to keep in mind about how to create an iterator. Okay, one way is by using symbol.iterator method, and the next thing that you need to keep in mind is the next method. The next method that traverses through the list of items. Moving on, let's see how to create custom iterators. Okay, custom iterators are very identical with the iterators that we have seen in the previous slide. The only difference is we can customize them using sort methods and other characteristics, or I should say other characteristic methods. Same example like before, but here the difference is we have used ordered. I have created another object called ordered, which has a sorting method. Okay, and this is very important. JavaScript uses sorting method to sort the elements based on the values generated here. Here you can see A minus B. So upon the calculation, if we get a negative value, B is first sorted after A. If we get a positive value, A is sorted before B, and if we get a 0, then it will follow the order of the present list. So, this is how we can create custom iterators. Okay, and going forward with the example, here we have movies symbol dot iterator, and first we are calling the next method. The next method will fetch the first item in the list. Okay, and here we are looking at the order dot length, and the I value is 0, and as the iterator traverse through, or as the next traverse through each an element, the order gets incremented. Okay, and here also we have done lined up to give us the second property, whether it is true or false. Okay, it's a quite interesting example, and during your practicals you will be able to work on this, and it gives us a very interesting output. In this case, we get as it is, we will get the values in a linear order. Okay, then moving forward, let's talk about generators. Now, what are generators? Generators are a very peculiar methods. Okay, it's one of its kind, where we can exit in between of traversing and we can re-enter. Okay, so generators are functions that can be exited and later re-entered. Okay, so it's called variable bindings. Okay, so every time a generator exits a function, the variable gets binded and it can re-enter from that point. What are its key features? The function keyword followed by an asterisk. So, how do you identify a generator? If you see a function keyword followed by asterisk, then you can call it as, or then you can know that it's a generator function. Okay, and what does it yield? It pauses the generator and returns a value. Okay, let's see with the, considering an example, let's look at how a generator works. Creating and using a generator, we have a function followed by asterisk that tells us this is a generator, and here we have used for in. So, again, if you come down, we have assigned the generator method to an object called gen, and here gen dot next. Okay, please consider the same list of items from the previous example. Here I did not mention them. So, gen dot next, as per the array, the first value is the movie title. Okay, so how did it fetch it, and how did it exit it? Let's look at that. Okay, let's look at how a generator works. So, if you observe carefully, when the first console.log is called, the first time the generator is triggered, and it will check for the property key and it will yield. Okay, then it comes out. So, we have exited. Then again we are calling it for the second time. Again it enters from the point where the key has stopped. Okay, that is where the variable binding is happening. So, it goes back to the same position from where it left. Again it will print the second item. So, like that you can exit and re-enter any number of times using a generator. Okay, so this is one good example. Then what are the advanced generator concepts that we have at hand? The first one is dot return and dot throw methods. What are they used for? They are used for managing generator completion and handling errors. Then nested generators with yield as a parameter. what do they do? They delegating to another generators or iterable object. Okay, so these are the advanced generator concepts that are available, and they are really fun to work on. Okay, I would suggest you people to discover discover new examples with these topics. Practical uses of iterators and generators. This is important. So, JavaScript is all about, or I should say JavaScript is widely used because of its asynchronous characteristics. So, iterators and generators, they contribute a lot to these asynchronous operations. So, managing asynchronous flows in synchronous like manner, efficiently handling large or potential or infinite data sets, simplifying the handling of complex data traversal. And one real world example is using generators in web application to handle streamed data. And like we got Netflix and other online platforms that has streamed data. So in such cases we use iterators and generators. Okay, if we are looking at a broader or wider perspective, this is where we use iterators and generators. Thank you.